Tonight on Podcast Them Down, a huge metal band at the height of their career releases a double album, or at least tries to, and it doesn't turn out well. No, it's not Metallica Load and Reload. It is Judas Priest's Turbo.
Podcast Them Down.
Hail, Metal Nation. It is I, Tim.
We got a great big banner that says Timmy loves Judas Priest.
And that is, Brett and Doug, as usual. Hi, Brett.
Ole.
I see what you're doing. All right. So this is the continuation of the Judas Priest discography review. Believe it or not, this is the 10th album.
Wow. So they're actually doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, it's only taken us years.
It's only, well, yeah, I guess it has taken us years, but not that many years.
So, Turbo, you ready to just dive in?
Oh, I'm ready, baby.
All right, so Turbo. End of 1984, which is where we last left Judas Priest. They were they decided to take their first hiatus. So they didn't play at all in 1985, except for Live Aid, where they played all of 3 songs. Living After Midnight, Green Man, Alicia, and You Got Another Thing Coming. That was their set.
Great set, man.
The listeners can't see you.
Oh, okay. All right.
You might want to peek in on the YouTube stuff.
That's a good day for video.
So, in 86? No. Sorry, 85. Work began on Turbo that summer and finished late in the year. So, during this time, Halford was dealing with increasing substance abuse and violent feuds with his boyfriend. And,
well, I'm glad it doesn't come through in the record.
well, his partner died by suicide, and Halford went into rehab, where he spent December to January, 86 there. So, and he, to this day, he has never had a drink again, which is very impressive.
What a shame.
Especially being a metal god, you know?
Yeah.
And he on the album that we're not talking about today, he really sounds kind of night and day to where he was in 84. So we'll get to that. I think this was all written and recorded when he was still, yeah. Yeah,
actually, it was right after the recording of this album is when all the stuff went down and Halford got clean. So that's great. So Priest originally recorded a double album called Twin Turbos. See, this was going to be the Twin Turbos. Yeah, so they recorded 2 albums worth. Well, the label wasn't having it, but the original concept was half would be commercial and the other half would be heavy metal.
Which one is this, Tim?
Gee, I'm not sure. So they split up the material. You can tell the label just walked in and said, "We'll take all these commercial songs, thank you." And there you have Turbo.
Great working with you, boys.
Yep. So the cover, once again, by Doug Johnson, who did Screaming for Vengeance and Defenders of the Faith. And I was looking, so, you know, the last 2 had like a little like backstory for whatever was on the cover.
Yeah. like some kind of metallicoid.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I don't see, like, I didn't see one. I didn't see a little blurb about it. But I only have the remaster of this. Yeah. I'm not spending money on Turbo. Come on. I spent like $4 on it. But the back of it has the back of a dude who's been run over by a motorcycle and is being clawed by something. And it's in the same style as everything else. The front of it, so it looks like a gear shift.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I wasn't clear what it was, but thankfully on Apple Music, they have the animations to the album covers, and there is very clearly a gear shift being shifted.
by a lady or at least someone with press-on nails.
Press on nails.
It definitely doesn't look like anything else.
Nope.
Yeah, no. That's all it is.
I don't know what you think it could look like, but it's clearly a gear shift because it's turbo. You see?
Yeah, it's turbo.
There'd be no other. Yeah. Well, there might be a turbo switch too.
Oh,
Yeah, like, what's the story of this turbo switch?
Turbo engage.
And so, but yeah, there's no teeth, there's no pause, there's no tire treads.
Well, on the front.
Yeah, what's going on here? Oh, well, on the back. Well, that's different.
On the back, yeah.
And while we're at it, the picture inside of the band is just
Oh
magic.
man,
Magical.
I want all of those pieces of clothing.
It looks like they fell into a Filene's basement.
Dude.
We need that. We need it for a Star Trek fan film.
And then
Get
they
out of
got
my
attacked.
dreams.
They got attacked by like hairspray salesmen on the way. Lyrical content on Turbo, we'll talk about it more, I'm sure, but is markedly different from previous albums with more emphasis on grounded subjects such as love and romance rather than the band's usual sci-fi and fantasy theme. On the whole, it was a response to the changed music scene of the mid-1980s, which was becoming focused more on light synth-driven pop rather than the driving hard rock style of the 70s, the early 80s. I don't agree with this sentence at all.
Although I do think it's hard work style is departed here. So, I mean, that's true.
Yeah, so they were definitely, they just went commercial. Like,
Yeah.
they took all the worst hair metal and said, we can do that too.
But I mean, I don't think, but if you think about the lyrical themes of the previous record, I don't think these are that much of departure, except maybe even a little more tame.
Yeah.
There is a less space between the commercial songs on this record, which is the whole record, and Defenders and Screaming than I remembered. Like, this is a little more synthy, but especially some of the Defenders stuff you could slot right in here.
Yeah, it's not a total like mega departure, and we'll talk about the individual tracks later. But I think actually, a lot of stuff, like if you pulled it out of a hat, I couldn't tell it was a commercial Judas Priest record per se.
Except that they're all mid-tempo and kind of not exciting for the most part. For the most part.
Says you.
Yeah, says me. All right, so it was released April 7th, 1986. The second worst thing probably to happen in 1986. Well, third. How about let's rank the disappointing things that happened in 1986. Okay. Cliff Burton, Turbo, Chernobyl, which was the worst.
Well,
probably depended where you were.
I thought you were talking about Dave.
That's good. I found that before I found that. Let's back it up and try that again.
Also, the Challenger exploded. That's where I thought you were going.
Oh, yeah, the Challenger exploded? Yep. Mm-hmm. Space. It's because they didn't have twin turbos.
Hey, whoa, not cool.
All right, so they recorded it at Compass Point, Nassau, Bahamas again.
Okay.
And the record plant in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. The genre on Wikipedia is listed as glam metal, heavy metal, and synth metal.
Yeah.
I feel like they weren't, yes, it's glammier, but I wouldn't go so far as to call this glam metal.
And you know what, honestly, well, go ahead, Doug, because I'm going to be...
I was going to say, I agree with that. And what is, okay, we can define glam metal, I guess, but it's probably more to do with the bands and era than the sound. But what is synth metal?
What is synth metal?
Especially in the context of 1986. Yeah,
this is a good question. Well, let's see what happens when I click on it.
And frankly, I want more synth.
It goes to electronic rock, and it mentions Iron Maiden Somewhere in Time. I don't know about that. It's not a real thing. It's made up.
Dude.
Well, it's all synth now, so.
Well, I mean, but like.
Well, you have Turbo. Why don't you just listen to that?
I do all the time.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, what else do you do with your hour after the 40 minutes and 58 seconds, the perfect length for a record.
Yeah, I mean, it was really convenient.
And once again, Columbia Records and Tom Allom producing. It was I found the production notes, which was just interesting because it specifically says it was mixed by Glenn Tipton, KK Downing, Tom Allom, and Bill Dooley at the record plant. And then the next production credit they had was Equipment Surveillance by Tom Calcaterra. But like, what is Equipment Surveillance?
Yeah, it sounds like a fucking creep.
Is it Electric Eyes? Like,
Like,
is it a guy who had to like hang out by their stuff?
Watch your stuff.
It was mastered by a guy named Bernie, which
ta-da, Birdie.
Bernie.
And just to clarify, it was released by CBS Records in the United States.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
That's a running joke.
yeah, I get it. Wait, I have a button for that.
Oh, I get it. I get jokes.
All right. So, singles. Turbo Lover came out the day Turbo came out, so there was like no pre-release single. Locked In came out 6 weeks later, and then another 6 weeks later was Parental Guidance. Track list, everything written by KK Downing, Glenn Tipton, and Rob Halford.
Robert.
Side 1, Turbo Lover, Locked In, Private Property, Parental Guidance, Rock You All Around the World. Side 2, Out in the Cold, Wild Nights, Hot and Crazy Days, Hot for Love, and Reckless. It's Wild Nights, Hot and Crazy Days sounds like one of those Beach Boys albums.
Yeah, it does.
You know, like one of the 70s ones where like no one cared about them. We got a new album out, Missouri State Fair. It's called Wild Nights, Hot and Crazy Days. Nice. Anyway.
Everybody's
What's
rocking in the summer heat.
I bet it includes the word braggart.
So they also have lead guitar credits. So let's go through. I'm gonna count up the Tiptons and the Downings, and we'll see if KK Downing is right that Glenn Tipton stole all of his solos starting in the 1970s. All right, Turbo Lover, Glenn Tipton. All right, someone keep track.
Ding.
All right, one for Glenn Tipton. Locked In goes Downing, Tipton, Downing, Tipton. Arpeggios and Run, Tipton. Underlying melody, Downing. So that one's probably a draw.
I'm sorry, but arpeggios and run sounds like a poop thing.
Private Property, Glenn Tipton. Parental Guidance, Tipton, Downing. Rock You All Around the World, Tipton. Out in the Cold, Tipton, Downing, Tipton. The Beach Boys songs, Downing.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looked like it was going one way, but Hot for Love, Downing, and then Downing, Tipton. Reckless, Downing, Tipton, Downing. That one's a. So it seems like Tipton got like 2 extra solos out of this. And I was watching.
They're adding up.
Yeah, they are adding up. I was watching Live Vengeance 82, the DVD that has been released under 2 other different names.
Uh-huh.
It's from the Screaming for Vengeance tour. It was filmed in Memphis. There's multiple times, especially towards the end of the set, where Rob Halford comes over to Glenn Tipton and he puts his arm around him and they're like rocking out. He never does that with KK. I'm not saying KK is right, but I'm saying there's a germ of truth to what he's saying, at least. All right. Do you want to hit all the facts and trivia, or do you want to go through the songs?
Let's hit the facts and trivia first. I like that before we get to the songs.
All right. So we mentioned the
fact base.
Yeah.
We mentioned the synthesizers. What they used specifically was a Roland G707 guitar synthesizer. I think you should look it up because it totally looks like an 80s guitar, like what the 80s thought the future was going to be. And basically what it is this futuristic guitar, normal guitar, but it has this extra pickup in it that plugged into a floor synthesizer pedal.
Okay.
So it's the Roland G707. I'd make it the episode image, but the episode image is going to be the gear shift and nothing else. Turbo. Oh, and you can get a Roland G707 right now, used, a vintage one from the 80s, if you have $3,000 sitting around.
Oh, I mean, that's not so bad.
Yeah. So when Turbo came out, it was a commercial success, so it worked. People like bland crap, apparently. It was certified gold by June
Nice.
and platinum by July 1989.
Huh.
It reached 33 on the UK albums chart, 17 on the Billboard 200, and it was the apex of Priest's commercial success and the band's highest chart position until Angel of Retribution, which is when Halford came back in 2005.
That's a problem.
Turbo Lover and Locked In music videos were on MTV all the time. There's a great story about Reckless. Did you want to talk about that, Greg?
Oh no,
Doug? Well,
I was going to rename Greg.
I did talk to Greg about this album, and he gave me his thoughts on it.
Oh.
Yeah, Paramount wanted it for Top Gun, and where it would fit fine and would have probably been a massive hit. You could see it slotted in the movie easily, but they didn't want to give up the song, so they didn't.
If it was in the movie, they wouldn't have been allowed to put it on the album, and they already got rid of half the album.
Is that how that works? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and they we'll talk about Johnny Be Good on the next record.
Yeah, well, they weren't going to let a movie opportunity slip through their fingers again after they saw how huge Top Gun got. So they thought Top Gun was going to flop. I know it's funny in hindsight. Who would know in 1986 that Top Gun was going to flop? But
Isn't that
it's
like-
still funny?
Isn't that like that story where Sean Connery said they came with him with the script to The Matrix and he didn't understand it, so he passed.
Yeah,
And then they came with him with the script of The Lord of the Rings and he didn't understand it, so he passed. And then they came with him with the script for, what was it? It's The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
He's like, I understand. I understand.
understand it, so of course I said yes.
It's like, you.
I have to. That was the greatest movie experience ever in theaters. There's all these old people who are there for Sean Connery, and for the first 30 minutes, they're applauding whenever he did something, and it just stopped when the overwhelming stupidity. Yeah.
You should go see the new Star Wars then, because you'll get the fanboys loving on it, and then everyone else having zero reaction to anything, which is probably worse than hating it.
Are they going to sell Grogu?
You mean Baby Yoda? Is that what that is?
Sorry, Baby Yoda. Yeah.
It's a Baby Yoda, right?
Baby Yoda.
All right. Here's an interesting fact no one cares about but me. Reckless and Wild Nights, Hot and Crazy Days were Priest's first songs to be tuned down to E flat.
Oh. Well, that's cool.
All right. You'll never see this coming from the clever title, but Parental Guidance was written as a response to Tipper Gore's attack on the band when the PMRC put Eat Me Alive from Defenders of the Faith at number 3 on their list of offensive songs. It's probably less obvious than Megadeth's.
Less obvious than it should be.
Yeah, and it's less obvious than Megadeth's anti-PMRC, which has the line, I'll never be free as long as there's a PMRC.
Why isn't there any swears in it?
I don't fucking know.
It's just I kept waiting for it to get I was like, oh, it's gonna be a really raucous fuck you song. It's just a happy sing along. No. Parental guidance, la la la.
Yeah, we'll get to that. All right, 7 of the album's 9 songs were performed during the follow-up tour, Fuel for Life. Hot for Love was the least played of them. They still do Turbo Lover. Let's see. They also stopped wearing the black leather and studs and went with a more colorful glam leather wardrobe. And they also dropped Sinner and the Ripper from the set. And leading KK Downing to remark, people ask why we don't play Sinner anymore. I tell them it's because we've all repented.
Boo!
Anyway, In 2008, Rob Halford said, if there was ever a controversial record in terms of what people might have expected from us, it's Turbo. It was the fact that we moved into a different atmosphere, but that's where we were at that particular time. Some of the technological advances like pedal boards, the pedal boards that Glenn and KK used were giving us options for different sounds and experimentation. Personally, I think there are still some great tracks on that album. It's one of the recording that divides opinion.
No, these days everyone just loves everything, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was Halford's book where he said like, we just did whatever we wanted, and what's more metal than that, But then I don't know. You listen to this album and it's not all that metal. So a lot of it is, but not all of it. It's less metal than it was. So the second half of the record, what do you think happened to it?
The second half.
I will tell you what happened to it. All right, here's the entire track list from the second half of the album and where they ended up. All Fired Up, Turbo reissue. Red, White, and Blue, British Steel reissue. Prisoner of Your Eyes, Screaming for Vengeance reissue. Turn On Your Light, Defenders of the Faith reissue. So now you know why all those bonus tracks were just like random shit from 1986. It was all deleted stuff off Twin Turbos. All right, so then Ram It Down appeared on the album Ram It Down. Hard as Iron, Ram It Down. Love You to Death, Ram It Down. Monsters of Rock, Ram It Down. So 4 songs ended up on Ram It Down. Heart of a Lion ended up on Metallurgy. I can't say the word. Metalogy. Metallurgy. And then 2 unreleased songs, Under the Gun and Fighting for Your Love, unreleased.
As of recording.
In whatever year this is. Oh shit, it's the anniversary.
It's the 40th anniversary of Turbo.
40th anniversary of...
I thought that's why you picked today of all days.
No, it just lined it up nice. Man, I can't talk.
That's okay. You don't need to talk when you're going turbo.
Twin Turbo.
Oh, Twin Turbo.
Well, no, Twin Turbo. Never mind. Speaking of twins.
All right, are we getting to the songs?
Well, in a couple
ahead with this. Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
In a couple of years, the movie Twins comes out with
with Danny DeVito.
With Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. What if they had the same treatment there? They just cut one of them out of the movie.
I'm pretty sure Danny DeVito and/or Arnold Schwarzenegger wore a get up much like this in the movie Twins.
Well, that's what made me think of it. Okay.
Why am I twin? You're so tall.
All right. Well, it was a medical experiment, wasn't it? Anyway, that's a different episode.
That's Junior, Tim.
All right.
Oh, the one where he gets pregnant. Yeah. Okay.
That's the one.
Yeah.
It's Turbo Lover's interesting because it starts off with that classic
Judas Priest.
Judas Priest, but it's on a synth. You're like, so I think it introduces the album very well because it's like what you're gonna be hearing for the next 41 minutes. I do think they opened the album with their strongest song.
They absolutely did. It's all downhill from here.
I disagree, but we'll see.
Yeah, and it's Halford doesn't do there's a piece of Free Wheel Burning where it's just like he does the most ridiculous vocals ever. And I think his most ridiculous vocals on this album happened in Turbo Lover, and it's like doesn't even hold a candle to Free Wheel Burning.
And I will say this is an awesome song. The band did learn the wrong lessons from it because it's a pretty slow build up and it's pretty long. All of which works here, but doesn't work on Demolition, where they just, we'll get to that. 2029. All right.
Then Locked In. He keeps saying Locked Inside Your Love.
Wait a minute.
It's like this one is so 80s. It's drowning in synth guitars.
But I think it's not synthy enough. I was sort of disappointed because I was hoping everything was going to sound like Turbo Lover. And then when it was like brack, 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 I'm like, oh, Judas Priest, damn it.
And this certainly is the most metal solo break on the record.
And is Turbo Loving a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a quick thing.
Good thing.
I mean,
Well, it's like the opposite of what Sting did. Wasn't he into tantric lovering?
Yeah. Is it, well, Sting might still have been with the Police at this point. So maybe he hasn't discovered that yet.
All right, next is Private Property. This one, they're all catchy because they're all as commercial as
And this one gave me hope again. I'm like, oh yeah.
Hands off, Private Property. Keep your hands off.
I like Tim and I were arguing about that. There is a video. I don't think it's real. We're going to watch it.
Okay, because
Anyway.
I kept making the video in my hand where it's like he's just like walking around. He's like going to the bathroom.
No.
Like, hands off.
So the videos I found, we'll watch it in the Patreon. There's a video for Turbo, for Locked In, and for Parental Guidance. But the Parental Guidance one isn't on Judas Priest's official page. So
is it an official bootleg?
Maybe it's a live one. Like, you think you're giving me a hard time with that official bootleg, but you're not. By the way, you can order your Burning Shadows official bootleg, Steel Diplomacy, at burningshadows.bandcamp.com. And there are no synthesizers on it.
Could you get it at steelresolve.net?
No.
Oh.
You can buy the shirt at steelresolve.com. Anyway. All right.
Digipack, right? Not one of them.
Yeah, it's Tim insists on Digipack.
Yeah.
It's actually just the sleeve. It's not even a Digipack. It's just a cardboard sleeve.
That's called something else.
Yeah.
And that's even worse. At least a Digipack, you can write the name of the album on the spine. But no, I need petrochemicals. All right. So
all that dirty plastic.
Yes.
Tim and Doug Burgum.
It's the 80s. Everything's plastic, man. All right.
True.
Parental Guidance. Brilliant lyrics. We don't need no parental guidance here. I wonder what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like all these songs are just like mid-tempo. Not much. I bet if you did a lyrical analysis of this versus the other albums, there'd just be fewer words and fewer diversity of words.
Yeah, I don't think Halford calls anyone Mr. Dull on another record.
I thought musically this was the most interesting one because actually, speaking of Sting, it sounds like a Police record.
It does,
except for Rob Halford's like vocals. Like I was like imagining Sting singing this song, and it was a very different record. But I was trying to also think, Tim, there's like a concept in linguistics about like the amount of words you need to convey information. And like some languages are information dense where like, like 2 words can convey like a whole, like multitude of meanings. In other languages, like you'd say a lot of things to say nothing. And I feel like whatever that property is, this is on one extreme, of that scale.
Let's see. Next is Rock You All Around the World. So this seems like they wrote it for a kid's show.
Like,
but
I'm going to say on Parental Guidance, I like the way it quotes, "You've got another thing coming" at the very end.
Yes.
I hadn't really remembered that, but that's kind of witty.
I meant to say that.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. So Rock You All Around the World, up-tempo, finally a break. You can tell they're trying to go for that Queen type thing, arena song again. And there's even
like their 5th time writing this song, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. But there's even like a drum break where you can say, all right, then we'll do the drum break and then the crowd will sing along and then we'll bring in the guitars and we'll just build it up and we'll drag this out for 10 minutes,
I was kind of getting fast AC/DC from this. It's like an AC/DC song from like 10 years earlier that they just like
sped up.
Yeah, they just change the turntable settings to like a 33 or a 72 or whatever, however that works.
And this is the only song on the record that acknowledges our eternal grievance to the world as metal people.
Right. All right.
And it calls the music metal at one point too. So
it does.
They didn't sell out. It's always someone trying to put it down.
Right. Yeah. All right. So that's the end of side A. Side B, which didn't work on my CD. I keep hitting applause when I mean laughter, but
Okay, good answer.
Anyway,
that wasn't the right one either.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the laughter. and I can hit everything but the laughter.
Okay, good answer.
So it is Out in the Cold. It's another slow synth intro before the song kicks in like a minute into the track.
This one does feel chilly, though.
Yeah, and it's slower.
This is Judas Priest's best commercial ballad, bar none. And the live version on the record we'll talk about next is even better. It's a grower for sure. But this is a classic on this record.
Yeah, it's but again is very 80s poppy. Yeah, exactly. All right, then the Beach Boys song, Wild Nights, Hot and Crazy Days. Now, so this song,
It's a good song. You just want to cruise down the avenue.
maybe in LA, but
Well, he does live in L.A.
well, that's why he wants to cruise down the avenue. But yeah, it's just
Excuse
another.
me, Matt, Ocean Boulevard.
Ocean Boulevard.
That's the one, right? Yeah.
Here we call it Ocean Boulevard.
Ocean Boulevard. We call it-
Boulevard.
no, we don't, Tim. We call it Coastal Highway.
Coastal Highway, also known as 50.
I can't wait to roll down from Fenwick Island down to Inlet, pumping. What's the song called?
Wild Nights, Hot and Crazy
Days. And you know where my final destination is, Tim? Secrets, Jamaica, USA.
Secrets, Jamaica, USA. I'm going to get an orange crush.
I'm going to try to not step on a chicken.
But yeah, it's another like mid-tempo, synth-heavy, we're trying to sound like the radio type song. And again, it's not great. All right, next is...
I'm predicting that there are going to be very... this is just a prediction for the folks at home. I think the scores of this album, there will be a definitive direction, but two of those scores will be very different from the third. This is my prediction.
I wonder which way you're going with that. All right, so next is a Van Halen song, Hot for Love.
Hot for teacher, hot for love.
Yeah, it's pure.
Dude, I wish
This is
David Lee Roth
probably the most hard rock hair metal song on the record. Yeah.
I want to hear a cover of David Lee Roth and Judas Priest boys going to town on this song.
Yeah, and I don't know. This whole album, I know we have one more song to go, but this whole album is just like, let's just get this done so we can hit the bars, you know?
But Tim, isn't that the fun of it? Like Out in the Cold, Hot and Crazy, Hot for Love? Which way are you going?
We just heard a song about that. Yeah.
You're going to get
Everybody's
sick
rocking in the summer heat.
Yeah, you're going to get sick if you keep going all around the world and your temperature keeps changing all over the place like this.
What I'm saying is it's actually a concept album.
All right, so then Top Gun, Reckless.
Highway to the Danger Zone.
I think this song is actually one of the highlights of the album.
Dude, I hope our boys are flying over Carg Island listening to this song.
But it's in the 80s pop way.
I'm raring up to get up and go, fueled up and growing by the hour.
Ew. All right, so there you go. That's the album.
When I drive to work tomorrow, I'm just playing this track like 19 times.
All right, live performances. So they toured, as I mentioned, called the Fuel for Life Tour. And this is very, very important. But since the album came out, they have played, 7 of the 9 songs. What didn't they play? They didn't play Reckless, and they didn't play Wild Nights, Hot and Crazy Days, which I believe were both the E-flat songs. Yeah, so they didn't want to bring in extra
It's a
guitar.
tuning issue.
Maybe. I don't know. Dream Theater changes tuning every song, so it seems like. But I mentioned before, Hot for Love was the lowest of those. They played it 8 times ever.
Wow.
Then going up the list, Parental Guidance, they played 29 times. And then in the 60s, 66, 7, and 8 is Rock You All Around the World, Locked In, and Private Property. I don't really get why they write these like clearly stadium crowd songs and then don't play them that much. Like they played them that tour and then forget about them.
Well, yeah, you only need one. I mean,
Yeah, they keep rewriting it. Then they do Out in the Cold 104 times. That's the ballad we talked about.
Yeah.
And then, as I mentioned, Turbo Lover still in the set 796 times. This is the 9th most played album of all time
Yes.
by Judas Priest. And remember, there are 10 albums at this point.
We've already reached 10 albums, and Tim is 3 years old.
Fuck yeah.
Dave is born.
The tour. Wait 1 second.
I think this tour does like 4 dates in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Hell yes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was. Well, not that specific. So this tour did 65 dates in the U.S., 8 in Canada, which is more than before.
Yeah, that's still impressive.
7 in Japan, 2 in Spain. Sorry, 4 in Spain, 2 in Sweden, and then 1 each of Belgium, Switzerland, Denmark, Finland, France, Netherlands, and Norway. So remember, their last tours are like U.S., maybe the UK, maybe Germany. So now they're hitting more of Europe. Europe's finally getting metal, I guess, other than Accept. When did Accept and Merciful Fate and all that start? Early 80s? So yeah, I think.
Accept's late 70s. And Scorpions, definitely not the Scorpions, Scorpions.
So they says they only played 2 dates in East Rutherford.
Oh, it must be the next tour. Yeah.
So in the US, very importantly, they did Atlanta, which is where our next album was recorded. Priest ... live was recorded in Atlanta on this tour. They played, local to us. They played Hampton, Virginia, probably at that UFO thing. They played Balmer Civic Center, hon, and they played the Cap Center in Landover, Maryland. Why is that important?
I have no idea.
We got a great big banner that says Timmy loved Judas Priest.
Judas Priest is #1.
What's your name?
Graham, man, like Graham and Dave.
What's all that from?
I believe it's from the soundboard, Tim.
Heavy Metal Parking Lot, which was recorded on this tour.
Holy shit.
So maybe we need, that was very 80s of you.
I know, I'm trying.
Yeah.
Maybe
Citadel of Culture, the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland, a destination.
I don't know how much of Priest Live we should devote to also talking about Heavy Metal Parking Lot.
I think we need to.
I feel like we could go on about Heavy Metal Parking Lot longer than Heavy Metal
Honestly,
Parking Lot.
I think it needs to be 2 episodes.
Yeah, I agree. So I need to go line by line on that New York Times write-up.
Yeah. Yeah, Doug has a lot to say.
Let's see if they played anywhere odd. They played Honolulu again.
Tim, you and I could go to the parking lot of the Capitals there and record live.
Yes, we absolutely should. Oh my God. And there's a Bojangles, so we can get some Bojangles.
Holy shit, before the cops kick us out.
That's right.
It's a rundown shopping center now, isn't it? It's not. Yeah, I remember driving by it.
Let's say they played Cedar Rapids, Pittsburgh, Richmond. It's interesting. They must have done 2 legs because I mean they hit 5 cities within like 2 hours of each other.
It's called the Boulevard at the Capitol Center.
I like how it's still the Capitol Center, even though they haven't been there since the 90s. Let's see, Toledo, like Salt Lake City, Utah, Saginaw, Michigan, Albuquerque, Peoria. Yeah, they're hitting like your secondary markets pretty hard here. Odessa, I'm gonna assume that's like a suburb of some kind. Valley Center, Kansas, Norman, Oklahoma, Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin, Chandler, Arizona. There's no, yeah. So
There's no.
this tour
yeah.
was long. Yeah. What else? There's an average set list. Set list FM gives you an average set list. I don't know if it includes like the actual order, but here's what it came up with: Out in the Cold, Locked In, Heading Out to the Highway, Metal Gods, Breaking the Law, Love Bites, Some Heads Are Gonna Roll, The Sentinel, Private Property, Rock You All Around the World, The Hellion, Electric Eye, Turbo Lover, Free Will Burning, Victim of Changes, The Green Man, Alicia with the 2-Pronged Crown, Living After Midnight, You Got Another Thing Coming, and Hellbent for Leather. Yeah,
no notes.
Out in the Cold was the show opener for 67 of the dates.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So there you go. Like, you can see people who hate Turbo go into this and like being slightly annoyed. So basically, yeah, like I said, this is Priest's load/reload, you know.
You either love it or you're wrong.
No, it's like they're trying to reach more people. They changed their appearance. They didn't change their logo. So that's nice. But they slowed down. And there's some good stuff on the album, but overall it certainly didn't need to be 2 albums, you know.
That's Tim. Your
diehard fans are gonna love it no matter what you do. Your true metal fans are gonna be pissed off at you. You know, so I think Twin Turbos is we'll see how Ram It Down goes, but this is your Judas Priest version of Load and Reload. And I bet Demolition is going to be your Judas Priest version of Saint Anger, to put it in Metallica terms. All right, we need to throw a number on here and then get out of here. So, Turbo. And again, to remind you, we all have to agree on a number.
Oh no! Well, this might be difficult.
Right. So just to set your bearings, we gave British Steel a 9.8. We gave Point of Entry a 6. That's the last time they went all hard rock, but now they've gone glamish, you know. Screaming for Vengeance was 8.5. Defenders of the Faith was 9. So what are we going to levy upon Turbo?
And we can't go higher than 10, right?
Although I'm not sure why you'd ask that question.
Tim, this is going to piss you off, but this is an 8.5. This is a great record. I can't stop singing it. There are some low points. I would admit that this isn't traditional metal, but I would like to say that this is something like gallium. Yes, at room temperature, in your hand, it is a liquid, but it is definitively a metal. And it is uncontroversially or actually unequivocally a metal. And it's fucking everything I want to hear in a record. I love you and good night.
Yeah, they say it's metal, so there's no arguing that. Our metal is a feast.
How can you dispute that?
I before Tim talks, this is a better record than Point of Entry.
Absolutely.
So I think Point of Entry has a few stronger songs, maybe.
It has higher highlights, but I would say the overall presentation is less.
Yeah, I mean, this is a vibe record.
Yeah.
Just cruising down Magnolia or Ocean Boulevard. That's what it is.
Pulaski Highway.
Yeah, International Boulevard. If you're in Orlando.
I'm driving up Blair Road.
Yeah.
I'm on Utah Street.
I'm on Utah Street. The O's game is about to start. I'm looking.
There's old Frank Key and his monument. Yeah.
All right, so you say this is better than Point of Entry.
I will leave the podcast forever if this is scored lower than Point of Entry. I will burn my equipment.
Well, you could just give me how about you give it to me and I'll burn it?
Burn it. Oh, okay, that's convenient. All right, fair.
I'm really gonna sell it. All right. Do you have numbers associated? So Matt said 8. What did you say?
I said 8.5 actually.
I could, my starting point's 7.
So you would put it on the same as Sad Wings of Destiny and Sin After Sin, which is what we agreed on for those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So my thoughts are I would rather listen to Point of Entry than this.
Well,
Point of Entry is heading out to the highway, hot rocking, desert plains, and a bunch of stuff. Turbo, on the other hand, has Turbo Lover, Out in the Cold, Reckless, I guess. Private Property stuck in my head still. It's
Hot for Love, Wild Nights, and Hot and Crazy Days.
I'd put it lower than Point of Entry, so I'd give it a 5.5. So what's the median of those scores? So
7.
You said 8.5. I said 5.5.
Uh-huh.
Doug said 7 as his starting point.
Wait, we can actually use math. Median.
Yeah, I am using math. I'm gonna do that right here. So a 5.5, 8.5, and 7. The average of that is a 7.
I would like the median, though.
Well, the median would also be a 7.
Oh.
Well, it's easy to do with 3 numbers.
Oh, God damn it.
So things are pointing towards a 7, which is that's kind of what you wanted. It's so in context, it's not as good as Killing Machine.
In honor of the spirit of compromise and in honor of the spirit of 1986, and in honor of this record, I would be happy to give up a point so that this is a 6.9.
I'm okay with calling it a 6.9. Doug, are you comfortable with that score? 6.9.
Sure. Yes.
All right. Well, there you go. I think we actually came together with the compromise.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
So that just for context, that puts it above Rockarola and Point of Entry, and below Sad Wings of Destiny and Sin After Sin, which I'm not upset with.
I think that's
Yeah, that's actually perfect.
As
See,
always,
the system works.
it does work.
All right, well, next time, Metal Nation, if we see Rob Halford, we're going to jump his bones because we're going to be talking about Priest Live and Heavy Metal Parking Lot and all things Balmer.
Reston, Virginia.
And Priest and Dawkins.
Yeah. Indian Head Highway, Southern Maryland.
I'll see you in Akakeek.
Solomons.
Oh, here it is.